Good morning. My name is Michael R. Roser, and I am co-founder and chief coaching facilitator at my company, Strategic Life Coaching, LLC. Please join me for this video and others at my website, abundantlifeslc.com. I was meeting with a gentleman after the AA meeting this morning, who I'm going to call Jeremy, and I've really been helping him a lot lately with some of the other aspects of living an abundant life that we've talked about in the past, your emotional state and your spiritual state, and how those can get off the rail also along with your physical state. And the common theme in all of this, guys, seems to be honesty, and why somebody has to be honest. And there's different definitions of honesty, and some of them can actually be really negative. And this is what the gentleman at the meeting, Jerry, is really struggling with. And I can speak to it. I get it. And I had the same thought on Monday morning. And let me get into this a little bit. Let's unwrap it. So, as I said, I woke up 216.4 pounds, and I had been 215.8 the previous week. So here I am at 0.6 going the wrong way. And this concept of honesty. So I actually had the thought, guys, that, I just won't weigh in this Monday, and I'll blow it off and fix it, and then I'll weigh in next week, and guys, that's that old negative self-justification thought that can still enter my mind. And thankfully, I was honest, and I said exactly where I was and the reasons that I did it, and was true to myself and true to what I'm trying to do. And if I would have reacted in the other way, that isn't honest, and that's manipulating and trying to fix and control things. And that's not, to me, an abundant life. That's trickery. That's the facade again. And I can still go back to those thoughts of trying to keep a facade up. Today, no, I'm going to be transparent, and what you see is what you get, and I'm going to be honest. So what does that mean? Well, honesty is when you speak the truth and you act truthfully, okay? And so for little kids, you get this, I'm not going to tell a lie, and therefore I'm honest. And yes, that's a great place to start, because a lie is what it is. But the more complete meaning of being honest is you're not doing things that are morally wrong. Okay? And so morally then gets to the principles of right and wrong. We all know what's right, and we all know what's wrong. And when we do things that are wrong, it shows up in other spots in our life. And if you're like me, I didn't even know it for a long time. And I want to address that, because I think that's important when we're trying to make that behavioral change that's necessary to become the person that then's going to be able to follow a plan and follow it by its basic foundational principles. So, what does it mean to be fully honest? Well, it's completely or entirely to the furthest extent. So I'm going fully into this. I'm going to be honest to the fullest extent, all the way, no exceptions. Rigorously honest is an extremely and careful way. So not only am I going to take it to the fullest extent, but I'm going to do it in an extreme manner, because if I don't, I'm going to fall back into those old narratives, and I'm going to do it carefully. Because here's the negative part of honesty, which I will say is brutally honest. In a savage or violent way, an extremely unpleasant degree. And there are people in the world that we're going to come across that are brutally honest, and it's unpleasant. And I don't want to be that. I want to be rigorous. I want to be very mindful and careful that I'm being honest, but I'm not going to throw somebody else under the bus brutally to make me feel better. Okay? And a lot of people engage in brutal honesty, and it's not fun to be around at all. And I don't want to engage in it. So the person that I'm speaking of, which I'm going to call Jerry, okay, has said to me, well, you know, Michael, this just isn't working, and my psychologist is really going for my throat, and you know, really asking these difficult questions and so on, and I'm just going to get a new, you know, psychologist. And I pointed out to him that the person who saved my life, who you guys know I call George, and George came up to me that faithful morning, that grace from God morning, and said, what the F are you doing? You're killing yourself, and I'm not going to allow it. And who are you accountable to today? And those were the magic words that sparked me. But here's the thing. I never would have picked George to be my sponsor under any circumstances, because I knew that he was going to be rigorously honest with me. Not brutally honest, but rigorously honest. And I, at that point in my life, wasn't able to be honest, mostly with myself. And that's what I'm getting to. I had to become an honest person by each day being honest with myself and my feelings and my interactions with other people. Until you can start to begin to do that, you're ultimately, I believe, going to fail, because it's going to become easy to take that same shortcut. I could have blown off the Monday way in. I could have shortcutted it. I could have, my ego and my pride could have said, no, I can't do that. No, I'm rigorously honest. This is where I'm at on my journey, and I'm going to do something about it to correct it. That's how we all help each other, I believe, ultimately. So the psychologist isn't the failure. The psychologist is doing the uncomfortable things, and it takes courage to tell a psychologist the truth about where you're actually at. If you go in and you embellish and you don't tell the truth and you're not rigorously honest with the psychologist, they're going to be unable to help you. As far as the meetings are concerned, the actual AA meeting, he's within the first 30 days of his sobriety. He is just coming out of the fog that is alcohol addiction, and I've been there and I feel for him. But we ask each day, is there anybody in their first 30 days of sobriety? And what that's designed to do is for us, as the more experienced AA people, to recognize the newcomers and to reach out to them as George reached out to me, to help them get through this, to help them get through that bridge, that uneasiness of their first few meetings. Well, he shared with me that he's in his first 30 days and hasn't been raising his hand due to his pride and his ego. And I said, Jeremy, you have to raise your hand, because when you get to the 30 days, you're going to get acknowledgement and affirmation that you did it. And you're going to get a coin, and you're going to get all these things. So the pain of having to raise your hand every day is then replaced by the joy that we're all going to give you, and most importantly yourself, that you did this, you accomplished this. It's a great feat, believe me. So be honest, rigorously honest, fully honest. When it comes to my trainer, Terry Ann, she sent me a text, and she has this 10 by 10 workout, and she's in magnificent shape, and she's helping me out. I could have told her that I did all 10 and this is great and whatever, but I didn't. I only did 5 because it's a very difficult workout, and now she knows exactly where I'm at, and she can help me and motivate me to get to the 10 that we both want us to be at. Rigorously honest. The nutritionist is the same thing. If you don't tell them what you're actually eating and how much you're sneaking and whatever, you're lying to yourself, and you're also not being truthful to them. So give this a try, guys. It takes courage to do this. It takes, an immense amount of tenacity to stay on this program. But once you do, and once you get by these hurdles, you find that the rewards of that honesty pay tremendous dividends in the future. Guys, take care. Keep the cards and letters coming. Love you guys to death. Take care now. Bye-bye.